After 3 decades performing surgeries on aging patients, I discovered something alarming that doctors rarely discuss with people past 60. Your stress hormone does not simply increase with age. For many older adults, it surges to dangerous levels. When I examined stress test results over the years, certain patients showed evening cortisol readings nearly 10 times higher than their younger measurements. This is not exaggeration. When this hormone remains elevated, your entire system enters emergency survival mode. Elevated cortisol pushes fat directly into your midsection regardless of how little you consume. It prevents restorative sleep, so your mind never properly recovers. It destroys muscle fibers during nighttime hours instead of rebuilding them. Here is something uncomfortable to consider. The medical industry has little motivation to teach natural cortisol reduction. Teaching your body self-regulation generates no ongoing revenue. The current approach manages individual symptoms through sleeping tablets, anti-anxiety drugs, glucose medications, and weight management prescriptions. Each addresses one symptom while overlooking the fundamental cause. When cortisol stays elevated, patients remain customers. This pattern is intentional. What surprised me recently is that published research demonstrated specific botanical compounds could reduce cortisol naturally without causing drowsiness or depleting energy reserves. These plants do not artificially induce unconsciousness. They recondition your nervous system's reaction to pressure, allowing your body to feel secure enough for genuine rest. This explains why improvements often appear simultaneously across sleep quality, abdominal measurements, emotional balance, and vitality. Today we explore 5 research-supported botanicals proven to decrease cortisol, enhance sleep patterns, and promote healthier physical composition in adults beyond 60. We arrange them from mildest to strongest. The final entry was identified during laboratory stress experiments and demonstrated among the most significant cortisol decreases ever documented from any natural compound, particularly among older populations. Supporting research citations appear in the description area. Before proceeding, share your current age in the comments section. We personally review and respond to each submission. Botanical 5, Melissa Officinalis. This Mediterranean herb appears ordinary, but has consistently impressed scientists with its natural ability to reduce stress hormones, especially during evening hours when elevated levels devastate sleep quality. Research from a prominent British university examined this plant's effects on adults beyond 60. Participants consuming 600 milligrams daily experienced 19% cortisol reduction within 2 hours. What makes this particularly valuable for mature adults is its targeting of anticipatory stress. That hormone surge occurring while lying awake worrying about tomorrow or mentally replaying today's difficulties. Active components including rosmarinic acid function by connecting with identical brain receptors that prescription anxiety medications target, but without adverse reactions or dependence risks. Your nervous system receives gentle encouragement toward tranquility rather than forced sedation. This botanical helps your body efficiently clear cortisol from circulation. This becomes crucial after 60 because natural clearing processes slow considerably with advancing years. For maximum effectiveness, prepare concentrated tea using 2 tablespoons dried leaves steeped 10 minutes in heated water. Consume approximately 1 hour before retiring. Timing matters significantly because effects require 30 to 60 minutes to begin. Drinking immediately before bed prevents full benefit. Combining this tea with simple evening activities like reading or gentle movement amplifies results, creating what scientists describe as protective zones that shield sleep from accumulated daily tension. This botanical proves remarkably gentle on digestion, while simultaneously supporting stomach health. Research confirms effects strengthen with consistent daily consumption over 2 to 3 weeks rather than occasional use. Botanical 4 Tulsi. Known throughout traditional Indian medicine, this differs completely from common cooking varieties. Researchers designated it the incomparable one because of remarkable ability to normalize disrupted cortisol patterns common after 60. Published findings followed 150 adults beyond 60 for 3 months. Those consuming 500 milligrams twice daily reduced cortisol by 23% average and lost considerably more abdominal fat than comparison groups. Some participants decreased 2 clothing sizes without altering eating habits or physical activity. Compounds called eugenol and ursolic acid repair stress response systems at cellular levels, recalibrating hormone production so it rises appropriately for morning energy, but remains low during relaxation and sleep periods. This botanical blocks cortisol's fat storage signals, specifically within abdominal regions. Chronic elevation instructs your body to accumulate fat around organs as survival preparation. This plant interrupts that ancient programming unnecessary in contemporary existence. Most effective consumption involves standardized extracts containing minimum 2.5% ursolic acid. Take 500 milligrams with morning meal and another with midday meal. Avoid evening consumption, since mild energizing effects occur for certain individuals. Research demonstrates this botanical restores natural cortisol rhythms. Levels should peak mornings for awakening and drop evenings for sleep. This pattern frequently reverses in those beyond 60 due to accumulated chronic pressure over decades. The abdominal fat connection proves particularly noteworthy because this plant improves insulin sensitivity. Even when cortisol spikes occur, your body becomes less likely converting that signal into stored midsection fat, providing dual protection against pressure-related weight accumulation. Botanical 3 Arctic Root. This flowering plant, thriving in harsh northern European and Asian climates, developed extraordinarily potent compounds for surviving extreme conditions. Elite athletes and demanding professionals have utilized it for generations, managing physical and mental pressure effects. Swedish research examined adults aged 60 to 75 reporting persistent exhaustion and elevated tension. Participants received 400 milligrams daily for 12 weeks. Results proved remarkable. Cortisol decreased 26%. Mental sharpness scores improved 35%. Physical vitality increased nearly 40%. Many reported feeling mentally clearer than they had experienced in years. Compounds called rosivins and salidroside protect brain cells from cortisol damage, while simultaneously helping adrenal glands produce balanced hormone amounts instead of constant flooding that exhausts systems over time. Scientists classify this as an adaptogenic substance. Rather than blindly reducing cortisol, it helps your body respond to pressure more efficiently. Levels rise when quick energy or concentration becomes necessary, but harmful chronic elevations that destroy sleep and accumulate abdominal fat are prevented. For mature adults, this botanical offers unique protection for the hippocampus. This brain region governing memory and emotional stability shrinks from cortisol exposure, explaining why chronic pressure strongly correlates with memory difficulties and mood disturbances in older populations. Optimal consumption involves standardized extract containing 3% rosivins and 1% salidroside. Begin with 200 milligrams mornings on empty stomach during initial week. Increase to 400 milligrams if beneficial. Always consume before noon, since energizing properties may disturb evening sleep. Unlike herbs requiring weeks for noticeable effects, this botanical frequently produces recognizable results within 3 to 5 days. People report improved pressure tolerance, enhanced mood, and reduced intensity of reactions to challenging situations. Cycling consumption proves important. Use for 6 to 8 weeks, then pause 2 weeks before resuming. This prevents adaptation and maintains powerful regulatory properties long-term. Botanical 2, Magnolia extract. This contains 2 compounds researchers describe as revolutionary for anyone beyond 60 struggling with disrupted sleep patterns. Rhodiola and Magnolia function through mechanisms so distinctive that pharmaceutical developers actively attempt synthesizing them into prescription sleep formulations. Italian research published in sleep science journals provided 89 adults beyond 60 with 200 milligrams standardized extract before retiring while monitoring sleep with clinical equipment. Nighttime cortisol dropped in remarkable 37%. Deep sleep phases increased 24 minutes nightly. This represents nearly 3 additional hours of restorative deep sleep weekly. Rather than inducing sedation like prescription sleeping medications, this botanical connects with specific brain receptors targeting anxiety and hormone production centers while preserving natural sleep structure. You experience genuine restoration rather than artificial unconsciousness that medications produce. For mature adults, this addresses what sleep scientists term cortisol sleep resistance. That frustrating condition where bodies become so accustomed to elevated evening hormones that even complete exhaustion prevents sleep initiation because minds continuously scan for non-existent threats. When proper deep sleep remains absent, your body produces increased hunger hormones and decreased satisfaction hormones while simultaneously raising cortisol. This creates ideal conditions for abdominal weight accumulation. This botanical interrupts that destructive cycle by normalizing all 3 hormones simultaneously. For effective usage, consume 200 to 400 milligrams standardized extract 45 minutes before intended sleep time. Combining with 200 milligrams magnesium glycinate amplifies effects. Research confirms this botanical causes no morning grogginess or dependency. Many report awakening more refreshed and mentally clear than experienced in years. Reduced nighttime cortisol allows proper memory consolidation and cellular waste removal during sleep. Japanese research found 8 weeks of consumption improved cellular aging markers, suggesting cortisol reduction might slow aging processes at molecular levels. Effects appear cumulative. Extended consumption improves your body's natural regulatory capacity. Some participants maintained improved levels weeks after discontinuing supplementation. Botanical 1, Indian ginseng. Specifically, the concentrated extract studied across over 24 clinical trials. This botanical does not merely reduce cortisol. It fundamentally reprograms your entire pressure response system. Leading medical researchers described effects as unprecedented in natural medicine. Results proved so dramatic that some participants required repeated testing because initial findings seemed impossible. The most thorough study to date followed 130 adults beyond 60 with chronically elevated cortisol. Participants consumed 600 milligrams daily for 8 weeks. Their cortisol did not simply decrease. It dropped 44% average. Deep sleep increased 58%. Abdominal measurements decreased 3.5 inches average. Most remarkably, their telomeres, protective chromosome caps that shorten with age and pressure, actually lengthened. This suggests cellular aging reversal. Active compounds called withanolides function through multiple pathways simultaneously. They reduce adrenal hormone production, increase brain sensitivity to calming neurotransmitters, boost thyroid function that often declines under chronic pressure, and balance reproductive hormones in both genders. This addresses multiple aging aspects concurrently. For mature adults, this botanical addresses cortisol resistance syndrome. After years of chronic pressure, cells become resistant to hormone signals, similar to insulin resistance. This forces increased hormone production for equivalent effects, creating destructive cycles this botanical interrupts by restoring normal cellular sensitivity. Research on abdominal fat proves remarkable. Participants lost not merely surface fat, but specifically visceral fat surrounding organs. This dangerous fat directly correlates with cardiovascular disease and metabolic disorders. Reductions reached 17% within 12 weeks without dietary modifications. For maximum benefit, consume 600 milligrams concentrated extract divided into two 300 milligram doses with morning and evening meals. Those sensitive to supplements should begin with 300 milligrams daily for 1 week before increasing. Always consume with food for enhanced absorption. Sleep improvements prove so consistent that researchers now recommend this botanical as primary natural intervention for age-related sleep difficulties. Participants report faster sleep onset, more vivid dreaming, and genuine restoration upon awakening. This botanical increases both rapid eye movement and deep sleep phases, while maintaining low hormone levels throughout nighttime hours. Memory protective effects directly relate to cortisol reduction. Studies demonstrate improved recall, faster mental processing, and enhanced executive function. Chronic elevation literally shrinks memory centers, while this botanical supports regeneration. Recent discoveries show this botanical increases pressure resilience. Even when challenging events occur, hormone responses become more appropriate and shorter duration. Levels rise sufficiently for addressing situations, then quickly return to baseline, rather than remaining elevated for extended periods as commonly occurs in older populations. These 5 botanicals function through entirely different mechanisms. This allows strategic combination for amplified results. Many find consuming Indian ginseng mornings, Arctic root midday, and Magnolia extract evenings creates continuous hormone management that transforms vitality, sleep quality, and physical measurements within weeks. Beyond 60, managing this crucial hormone extends far beyond stress reduction. It reclaims the sleep quality, physical energy, and body composition that chronic pressure has been gradually stealing for years. If this information proved valuable for understanding natural hormone regulation, please subscribe for our upcoming presentation on the surprising morning practice that can increase metabolic rate by 30% after 60. Thank you for watching.